welcome to this week's studio vlog. I'm Kelly, creator and owner of All Out of Spoons. If you are here for last week's vlog, hi, welcome back. I am not dead. It has taken a lot of antibiotics and a lot of nappy naps on the sofa, and I'm talking to you on Friday of the next week, but I am on the road to recovery. If you weren't here last week, I have had a water infection which travelled to both my kidneys and unfortunately infected those as well. So I had a double kidney infection and I have struggled a lot to recover from it. I'm not there yet, but as I said, I am on the road to recovery and I am getting there. And as you can see, I'm not on the sofa this week. Today's the first day that I have felt that I can be back in the studio, so although I'm taking it slowly, I am hoping to get a few bits done today. I did pop in the studio briefly yesterday because thankfully I had another order. I am so surprised. I have been open for I think almost 2 weeks and I'm getting orders still, so this is absolutely amazing. My fourth order came from Nicola of Nick's Charming Creations. She's on YouTube as well and she has a store on Etsy. She placed an order with me, which is wonderful. So I will insert the footage here of me packaging up that yesterday. So I managed to do that yesterday. I'll be honest, I then went and curled back up on the sofa. What it has allowed me to do, being on the sofa for the last kind of 2 weeks, is I've managed to get a whole load of illustrations done, so my ADHD brain does not let me rest. So even though I've been ill and stuck on the sofa and having lots of lovely little nappy naps, I've not been able to just chill and relax. My ADHD brain does not allow that, but I have been getting illustrations done in that time, and I've been getting a whole load of stuff done on Canva. So I thought I would show you some of the stuff that I've been working on, that will be hopefully coming to the store soon as I've got the energy to photograph it and then put it up on Etsy, because we all know Etsy listings, they're a joy. But I thought I'd go through some of that with you today. I've got some product cards to do, and then I've got to, which probably won't happen today, granted, I've got some new notepads that I've made. I need to get those printed. I do all my own notepads in-house. I don't send them out to be manufactured yet. I don't have those kind of funds available. So I print them, cut them, and glue them all in-house. It is quite a large job and probably not one that I can do today. Excuse me a moment. But I printed off a few prototypes so I can show you those. If you were with me last week, you'll know that I got myself a rescue. I got a rescue silhouette. He's taking a little bit of work, bless him. We haven't quite got him up and running yet. Excuse me. Haven't quite got him up and running yet. He's taking some work and some practice. Sorry, the pollen is high today and it affects my asthma, my voice when it is. Excuse me. You'll just have to, I work through it. We have been working on him. So if you're with me a couple of weeks ago, you'll know that I make worry worms. So I crochet up worry worms. And if you place an order with me, you get a worry worm in your parcel as a free gift. They're great for going into your pocket if you suffer with anxiety, am autistic, ADHD, and you can fiddle with them in your pocket and it just helps take some of the anxiety away. Unfortunately, if you order stickers with me, they go in a standard envelope and I can't fit one of these in. They won't go through a standard post envelope with a stamp. So I was trying to come up with something so you still get a worry worm. So I've come up with worry worm stickers. These are a prototype. We're probably doing them slightly larger, and we're trying to get them through the silhouette at the moment, so please don't take these as a final judgment. Don't judge me on them, not too harshly. So these little guys are our worry worm stickers. So we're doing them in glossy paper. We may even do some that are holographic, so you get different kinds. And we're going to do them in different colours. So at the moment we're thinking that our colour branding is going to be, just make sure you're in focus, I'm in focus, that our colour branding is going to be purple and teal, mainly because they're my favourite colours, so why not? So we're probably going to have these guys in those colours. At the moment the silhouette's not working. I would say these are kiss cut, they're not, they've been scratched. But we're working through it and hopefully we can get our little silhouette to work. So that's the progress on that. Hubby is still working on him. Unfortunately, hubby also has a full-time job, so that's had to go to the wayside for a little bit. He's also been taking care of me, bless him, so the silhouettes had to wait. So the other project I've been working on is I have some charms in my store. You'll have seen me pack one for Nicole's order that I did this week. But I wanted something that's a little simpler, and something for us spoonies is I always wish you one more spoon. May you always have one more spoon. So I figured I would bring that to the store. So I've done a very simple charm. I'm not sure how well these are going to show up on camera, and I'll show them up better when I photograph them later, which will not be in this week's vlog at all because I can't stand over the table and photograph stuff because my kidneys are still really sore. But these come on a very small lobster clip with a jump ring, and then it's just one of my single spoons. So you get one small spoon. I'm trying my best to show these off. I really hope they're coming up. So it's a single spoon on a lobster clip, and it's a may you always have one spare spoon. So I have put together a box of those as a trial. I'm also hoping to include them as part of my table gifts at Southwest Planner Club, which me and my sister will be attending, but I will tell you about that more in an upcoming vlog when I vlog about Southwest Planner Club. So I've designed the backing cards for those because I've been stuck on the sofa, so I could do designing. I just need to print some of those off and get them attached to the cards. I'm hoping that those come to the store quite soon. Those will be a lower price bracket. So I'm hoping to have stuff in the store that's affordable for everybody, is the reality. Right, the other stuff I've been designing is notepads. Notepads are one of my favourite things. I love a good notepad. I know a lot of people have moved across to digital notepads now. A lot of people do all their planning online and on their phones and all of that. I hate technology. Apparently I am a 40-something in a 90-year-old's body. My body certainly thinks so, physicality wise. I hate technology. Technology hates me. I am a pen and paper girl, or pencil and paper girl. I love a notepad. So I know a lot of people have moved over to technology. I refuse point blank. So I am still over here designing notepads because it's what I like to use. So I've designed another 4 this last 2 weeks while I've been poorly. One of which you won't see for a little while because I'm sorry to mention the C word. It is a Christmas notepad. It's one I've had on my mind for a little while to do with brain fog. So that will be probably coming to the store at the beginning of November because I'm certainly not going to subject you people to Christmas in August because that's just unfair. So that will probably be coming to the store after spooky season in November. But I've been working on some anxiety ones. We have a lot of problem with anxiety in our household. We're a household of neurodivergent people. We have a lot of autism, ADHD and pathological demand avoidance. So anxiety is very high in our family. So that's where my main focus is. So I have a bucket notepad, for want of a better phrase. So let's see if the camera will pick these up. What is overflowing your bucket? Write it in and empty it out. And then you have this bucket where you can write in what is bothering you. Now, I was concerned that the bucket wasn't large enough to be able to write in, so I used it. For any of you out there that need to pause this and read it, go ahead. It is a story about how my kidneys are trying to kill me and are trying to save up the antibiotics in which to revolt against me, turn the antibiotics against me, and take over my body in a final fight to the death. It is all there if you need to read it. I needed something to fill the space. You can actually get a reasonable amount of writing in, which was my concern really. So you're not going to be able to get a novel in there. It's enough that if you have a problem, a specific problem, that you can jot it down. If you've had a problem in a day, if you've had a problem at work, if there is a specific appointment or something that is concerning you, you have space to write it in there. If there is a life task that is concerning you, you are going through an entire divorce or something like that, or there is an operation coming up, you're probably going to need more than one page. But other than that, I have a new Worries overflowing your bucket, coming to the store. The next one that I've done will be a worry jar. So, worry jar, write your worries in the jar and leave them to think about what they have done to you. When you are ready, return and deal with them, or simply throw them away. So you have a good jar space in order to write in there what is bothering them. They are lidded so they can't escape. And then it is entirely up to you. You can either return back to them and deal with them, or throw them away. They're lidded, they can't escape. So that's the second one we've got. As I said, children, autistic, ADHD, PDA, we're always looking for ways in which that we can deal with their anxieties, and that's a good way. Especially with my children, I tend to scribe for them. Writing causes anxiety for them as well. They are both dyslexic, so writing causes more of an anxiety. So they tell me and I scribe for them, write it in there. Another way of dealing with it if your children are opposed to writing. Then the third one that's coming, this one also has a matching sticker, but I haven't got around to printing it off yet, but it is designed in over in Canva. It's just waiting to be printed off. This one's my favourite, I must admit. It's brightly coloured and I love brightly coloured things. I don't like pastel-y colours. I love bright and vibrant. So is... Hold on. Just let me overthink this. I'm someone who overthinks everything. I get very little sleep because the second I put my head on my pillow, my brain's like, whoa, hold on. We have a moment of silence. So everything you've ever done in your past is going to come back and get you right now. Yeah, that thing from 30 years ago, let's overthink that right now. So the perfect pad for me is brightly coloured. There's lots of overthinking to be done. There's lots of space in there to overthink things. And there's also a whole load of space around the outside to just doodle and get distracted on as well, which is where my ADHD brain kicks in. So yes, I have been stuck on a sofa for 2 weeks. No, my ADHD brain has not just let me sleep and relax. Why would it? So what if there was healing to be done? So yeah, that is kind of where I've been up to really. So noise in the background, Fidget walking back and forth. You met Fidget last week. She is my self-appointed drug dog. So yeah, that's kind of where I've been up to. So we've got today to do some kind of between today and tomorrow. Hey, come away from the camera. Come on. You've got grass stuck in your... Got it stuck in your tail. Sorry, stuck in tail. Go on, go play. Apologies if it's not the children, it's the dog. Right, so we have product cards to do for the spoons today. In theory, I would like to start getting stuff printed off for these, but honestly, I don't think I have the energy to start gluing them, so I don't really want them sitting around at the moment. So, pardon me, that will probably be a next week plan. I might try and get some worms printed off, just in case I have any just sticker orders come through. And I think that's about it. I'm trying not to overwork myself this week. I'm going to try and go full more at it next week, and just give myself this week to heal. So there's been lots of designing this week, less actual doing, but I'm going to try and get a couple of bits and pieces done so you guys at least get to see some bits without running myself into the ground. So let's get some bits printed off and see if we can card these up. guys, and welcome to Now Sunday. I think we last spoke on maybe Friday, when I was telling you I had started to get a bit more energy, was feeling a bit better, and was starting to do a few bits in the studio. I did those few bits with you and then completely crashed out. It turns out I'm not as fully healed as I thought I may be, and I still need to take things a little slower. So it's now Sunday, and it's Sunday approaching the afternoon. I have done a little few bits and pieces. I have not had the energy to get the camera set up out, so I'll run through the few bits I've managed to do in the last few days with you. But what I'm learning is I still need to give my body time and space to heal from this. So you saw me do my one more spoon charms. I'm hoping, there we go, I'm hoping that these are going to come in the store really soon. These need to be photographed, they need to go up on Etsy. If you're a small business owner yourself, you know how difficult it is getting things up on Etsy. It is a long-winded process, but I am hoping that those come to the store really soon. I guess the faff is getting them photographed because I'm spending a lot of my time on the sofa recovering, and I can do Etsy listings from the sofa. It's the getting them photographed bit, so hopefully I can get a little bit of energy next week in order to get those photographed, and hopefully they might make it to the store next week towards the end, I'm hoping. The other thing I managed to do is that big wodge of stickers that have been sitting on top of my printer, embarrassingly, for a couple of weeks now. I managed to get all those cut. So I've cut all of those up. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. So it turns out my Everything Hurts and I Think I Might range in the sparkly. Those don't really work being hand cut. I can't quite get the precision on them that I need. So I'm really going to have to wait until hubby manages to fix the silhouette in order to get those to work. But everything else seems to have come out quite well. Again, this is going to be quite a... it's not quite going to register. That's my small steps are still progress that it's not going to like. There we go. Small steps are still progress. So I have actually worked on a notepad to go with these. So some of these stickers might not come up into the shop instantly because I'm working on a notepad to go alongside them. And I'd quite like to do the release together. So some of these might come out down the line. Hold on, just let me overthink this one. This one I actually have done a notepad for, which I think you guys saw earlier in the week, which is this one. This one's my favourite, it's so brightly coloured, I love it. Lots of space to overthink on. That one does come, I've already done the match sticker for, so the notepad was actually inspired by the sticker. So I've got those ready and waiting. The notepads aren't put together yet. I've just got the prototype made up. Notepads are a big job. As I've said to you before, and I think actually in this video, they are made in-house. I have started putting together some of them. So I started on some of my replacement if I have the spoons, because I've sold a couple of these. So it does take some effort. They will get printed in-house. I then cut them on my industrial guillotine, which takes a lot of movement, chop, locking everything down. They then get all lined up, locked in place, and then hand glued kind of 3 or 4 times to make sure, excuse me leaning across to you, to make sure that they're all lined in place and stuck down. So that's quite a process, and I haven't had the energy this week to do that. So I've got all the stickers cut. Most of them are good to go, but again, it's quite a process getting them all photographed, which I'll try and start doing next week, but it's certainly not going to be done today. And then the other thing I've done this week is I've eyeballed a whole load, escapees, a whole load of worms. So thankfully, I mentioned in my first vlog, if any of you guys have watched that I have recently been diagnosed with essential tremor, which is a neurological tremor disorder. I have been started on medication for that, and thankfully it is actually working, which has reduced the tremors in my hands. Hi baby girl. Sorry, Fidget's just been out for an early morning walk. I say early morning, earlier walk. I did say it's approaching lunchtime, but she has been out for an earlier walk today in order to beat the heat of the day. Back to tremors and worms. So the medication is helping with my tremors now, and I've been able to eyeball worms because I haven't been able to do that. Hubby's had to do that. So I managed to do a whole crate of wormies and eyeball them, ready for one, going out into orders, and secondly, for when I do Southwest Planner Club, so I can give out wormies to hopefully meeting new people. So yeah, I have got some bits and pieces done. Most of it has been done on the sofa, granted, as I've realised that actually I'm not as healed as I thought I might be, as chronic illness people tend to do, of yes, I'm healed, I'm fine, let's go and do stuff, and then we completely crash again. So I am taking it slowly, I'm taking it gently, and a lot of my day is being spent on the sofa trying to heal, even if I am trying to do little bits in between, like carding up spoons, or cutting out stickers, or as it may be, giving little wormies eyeballs. So that is it for this week, guys. I know it's not been a very active one. I know most of this vlog has been me just chatting at you. You are going to get weeks like this where actually I can't do much about the studio, so it is just going to be me waffling on at you. So if you don't like chatty vlogs, I'm really sorry. I am a talker. I'm not quite sure what we're going to be doing going forward. It turns out that this whole kidney thing may take a little longer to heal than I first anticipated, so I may have to get creative with some of the videos going forward if I'm not going to be able to do as much in the studios and show you studio life, because studio life may have to come to a bit of a pause or certainly a dramatic slowdown, but I will come up with something. If I do happen to miss a week, you'll know why. It's because I'm having to take my time and heal. But I'm going to try not to do that, so hopefully I can come up with something to at least fill that time with. I'm going to leave it here because obviously you have heard me waffle a lot over the last 2 days or so. So thank you for sticking with me if you have. I know that early on this has not been the greatest of things, to be hit with an illness and for you guys to just have to listen to me waffle and complain about being ill. But I had a choice of either not doing a video at all or showing you the realities of, yeah, this happens. We get ill as small business owners and we have to carry on, even if that's in a very small, minute little way of eyeballing worms and doing small sticker cuts, and apparently still illustrating and doing things in the background on Canva because our ADHD brains won't let us rest. Excuse me. So anyway, I'm going to leave it here for this week. I will hopefully see you next week, although it might be a slightly different video. I will hopefully still see you next week. I appreciate all the support you are giving me, both on these videos, over on Instagram, and those of you who are giving me support over on my shop, not only with making purchases, but also favouriting items, favouriting my shop. I really appreciate all the support you are giving me. It's huge and it just fills my heart. It really, really does. If you would consider a subscribe, I would really appreciate it and like this video. It is making a huge difference to the algorithms and I'm actually getting pushed out there. So thank you very, very much. I really appreciate all the love. I will see you guys in next week's video. Thank you so much and I'll see you soon. Bye.